Overnight, a car crash with an injury on John Nolan. What police say happened and if there is any impact to traffic this morning.
Plus, allegations against Facebook's parent company potentially targeting underage kids. How prosecutors say they do it.
Plus, Consumer Reports is helping your hearing today. How to find the right hearing aid just for you.
And we're seeing some of the coldest temperatures since last winter. All the details about how cold they will get.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. Jacob Madison is in for Kelly Slifka this morning with the first warn weather. Hey, we're talking about some pretty cold temperatures. That snow's going to be hanging around for a few days, huh?
Yeah, anyone that traveled down south for Thanksgiving was kind of in for a rude awakening once they came back either yesterday or today. Much colder temperatures, and there is still plenty of snow on the ground. Looking at the current temperatures right now, lower 20s and teens for much of our area, but some locations are even experiencing a bit of wind, especially to the southwest of Madison, where we're seeing wind speeds up to 13 miles per hour right now, up to 23 miles per hour near La Crosse. And because of the wind and the temperatures, some of those wind chills are in the single digits. How about up north in Watoma? Right now below zero wind chills, and tomorrow morning I expect much of our area to see those wind chills below zero at points. Now, looking at the current radar, we actually are seeing a few flurries across our area, but any snow that does fall will likely not accumulate. It will be very light, but don't be surprised if you see a few flurries on your way to work this morning. And if we look at the forecast throughout the daytime, we are going to see some sunshine at points with highs in the lower 20s, but the winds are going to remain consistent up to around 15 miles per hour. So it will remain breezy with wind chills remaining in the teens even during the afternoon hours. Now, later tonight, it's going to be even colder as we will see low temperatures around 10 with some areas near the single digits. And those wind chill values are going to be even lower. I'll have more details on that coming up a bit later.
Okay. Jacob, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Breaking news just into the newsroom at this hour. Madison police are investigating a shots fired case that nearly hit a person and a child last night. Officers responded to Troy Drive on Madison's northeast side near Warner Park. 2 people reported hearing gunshots nearby. Officers got there, found that a bullet had gone through a bedroom wall and stopped within a mattress where an adult and a small child were sleeping. No suspects are in custody right now.
And more breaking news from overnight. A person's recovering after a 2-car crash on John Nolan. This happened just before 9 o'clock at East Layside Street by Olin Park. Madison police say one car turned in front of another. First responders ended up taking someone to the hospital. Police say that person will survive, though. The driver did get a citation, though, for a traffic violation. Police briefly shut down the area while investigating. Backups were pretty long last night. This morning, though, John Nolan is back open.
Today is the 4th and potentially final day of the temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Both sides, though, are showing interest in extending it. Complicating that, however, Hamas reportedly does not have around 40 hostages that were taken back in October. Just hours ago, Israel received a list of hostages Hamas said it would release today. That release likely to be delayed now. Yesterday, Hamas did let go of 17 hostages, including a 4-year-old American-Israeli girl. Back here in the U.S., President Biden is voicing his support for an extension of that ceasefire.
Nothing is being taken for granted, but the proof that this is working and worth pursuing further is in every smile and every grateful tear we see on the faces of those families who are finally getting back together again.
Meanwhile, in the West Bank, people are welcoming home dozens of young men freed from Israeli detention as part of the truce. 33 Palestinian boys between the ages of 14 and 18 arrived in the West Bank yesterday. They'd been held in administrative detention, unaware of the charges against them. Their cases weren't subject to any legal process either. Here's what one young man's family had to say about the progress.
We're extremely happy, but still overwhelmed and extremely saddened by everything going on here in Palestine, but at the same time still resilient to keep going with whatever we can do in order to hopefully achieve a ceasefire and hopefully later on a full liberation.
Tensions in the occupied West Bank are on the rise. The Palestinian Ministry of Health says Israeli gunfire has killed 8 Palestinians over the course of 24 hours this weekend. And since October 7th, Israeli forces have killed dozens in the West Bank and arrested hundreds more. There's also been an increase in settler violence.
In Washington this morning, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer plans to introduce a national security package next week. That bill would tie Ukraine and Israel funding together. Even if the package passes the Senate, though, it will face challenges in the House. Conservatives there have voiced their opposition to tying Ukraine funding to Israel, and some oppose funding Ukraine altogether.
A court document claims Facebook and Instagram's parent company, Meta, knowingly designed its platform to hook kids. The document is part of a lawsuit 33 states, including Wisconsin, filed against the company back in October. It alleges several Meta officials knew its products exploited young people's vulnerabilities. It also alleges Meta officials know their apps are popular with kids under 13, even though those kids aren't allowed on them. Meta says the document doesn't represent the work it's done to make the online experience safer for teens, and that age verification is a, quote, complex industry challenge.
On a continuing coverage now, the landmark redistricting case before the state's highest court. During last week's oral arguments, conservative Justice Rebecca Bradley accused plaintiffs of waiting for liberal Justice Janet Protasewicz to be elected before bringing their case before the court. But lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have been pushing for new maps for years. Among them, former Republican State Senator Dale Schultz. Schultz represented the Richland Center area for decades. On this week's For the Record, Schultz shared his thoughts on why both Republicans and Democrats want new maps.
We had both been around in the majority and the minority multiple times, and we recognized that democracy was the most important thing if we were going to maintain faith in our system of government. And we know, or knew I should say, that both political parties had been guilty of gerrymandering in the past, and it was time for it to stop. I still believe that. I think the people believe that, and we'll see what happens, what the court does.
You can watch Schultz's full interview with our Will Keneally at channel3000.com.
Well, it's beginning to look a lot like the holidays in Dane County. With the season kicking off, small businesses want you to shop locally this season. 45 locally owned businesses showed up to the Garver Feed Mill to show off their unique goods. This was for the 17th annual Holiday Craftacular. They had everything from live plants to ornaments and jewelry. It's okay if you missed it. You can still shop locally this giving season by checking out Dane Buy Local's Holiday Passport campaign. You can find the link to more information over on channel3000.com.
And around the state, the Waukesha County Land Conservancy is working to restore the Calhoun Creek Prairie Reserve in New Berlin to its pre-settlement state. The goal is to get people in the festive spirit while replacing Christmas trees with native plants like oak trees. They're doing this because Christmas trees could increase the wildfire risk. To prevent that, Christmas tree shoppers are headed to the preserve to help restoration efforts.
When I saw that the Waukesha County Land Trust was doing this, it just seemed like a natural fit for us to get our Christmas tree here.
The funds from those Christmas tree sales go toward the restoration efforts. So far, the Conservancy's planted a few dozen oak trees on 7 acres of prairie. Nonprofit leaders say it'll take at least another 3 years to restore the entire property.
6:08 in consumer news this morning. Nearly 1 in 6 adults has trouble hearing, but few people who could benefit from using a hearing aid actually use one.
Our Shane Hogan is here to break down the best options that folks can buy themselves. Good morning, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Chris. That's right. Availability of over-the-counter hearing aids means that getting a hearing aid is now easier than ever before. But you might be asking, well, where to begin? Consumer Reports put several over-the-counter hearing aids to the test to help you figure out which model is best. Have a hard time hearing when talking on the phone or when talking to someone in a noisy place? An over-the-counter hearing aid may be what you need to finally stop asking, "Can you repeat that?"
Buying a hearing aid is easier and more affordable than ever. If you have mild to moderate hearing loss, you don't necessarily need to go see a doctor or an audiologist to get one. You can actually just go to the store or go online and buy a pair. It's as simple as that.
As with many products, choosing the right one can be challenging. When it comes to OTC hearing aids, it's important to know that there are two kinds: preset and self-fitting.
Preset OTCs are more affordable, and they're generally simpler to set up and use. You can just stick them in your ear and go. But some are so simple that they offer little more than basic volume control.
For its tests, Consumer Reports worked with an audiologist to evaluate 10 OTC hearing aids. Coming in at $99, the Audien Hearing Atom was the most affordable preset hearing aid CR evaluated. But its only customization option is volume control, and you have to use a tiny screwdriver to adjust it. CR also found that it created a considerable amount of noisy distortion in louder environments. For about $450 more, CR found the Lucid Engage a lot more versatile than the other presets that were tested, offering 4 distinct audio configurations.
Self-fitting hearing aids are more expensive, but they're a really good choice if you want your hearing aid to be more tailored to your hearing loss, or if you want options like streaming music or calls.
The Lexi Lumens were one of the most affordable self-fitting hearing aids that CR looked at. Before using them, you'll need to set them up by taking a short hearing test. CR found very little distortion in quiet or louder environments. A pricier but still good option might be the Sony CRE E10 at $1,300. Well, to test yourself, you can search online for the Hearing Handicap Inventory for Adult Screening Questionnaire. And if you score in the mild to moderate range, an over-the-counter hearing aid could be a good fit. Some great technology.
Yeah, it's really changed the game when it comes like Bluetooth in a hearing aid now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's been around for a few years. So you're even talking about more options, more choices, a harder decision.
Yeah.
Good information this morning.
Absolutely. If you think that could be a fit for you, worth checking out.
Shane Hogan, thank you very much.
You got it.
Jacob?
Yeah, temperatures are going to remain cold for the next 2 days. Some of the coldest weather since last winter. All the details coming up after the break.
Also, whether we'll see a record-breaking Cyber Monday this holiday season.
Still ahead in your morning sports, the Bucks hosting the Raptors. We'll show you that huge comeback right after this.
If your home or business property has suffered storm damage, go with Ace Exterior Solutions. Ace will work with your insurance company to get you the best results for your damaged roof, siding, or gutters. Call now for a free storm damage inspection from Ace Exterior Solutions.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Don't take a chance when it comes to your home or business. Go with Ace Exterior Solutions. Call Ace now and save hundreds with their money-saving fall discounts on roofing and siding. Locally owned, full service, and always guaranteed. Ace Exterior Solutions.
You're watching the Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning.
So today is Cyber Monday, which happens every Monday after Thanksgiving to encourage folks to shop online for the holidays.
Despite rising costs, higher interest rates too, shoppers are spending big this season, even setting records. CBS's Astrid Martinez has more.
Energized crowds out in force this weekend found joy in brick and mortar shopping and holiday fairs, like this one in Dallas.
Gifts and things that our families wouldn't find somewhere else.
The National Retail Federation estimates 182 million people will shop from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, nearly 16 million more than last year.
Even with more people looking for an in-person shopping experience like right here in New York City's Bryant Park, data from Shopify finds that 93% of consumers will buy some of their gifts online.
Eric Matisoff with Adobe Analytics says consumers will find the deepest discounts on Cyber Monday.
So we're expecting that Cyber Monday will be the biggest shopping day of the year, with apparel and electronics driving a lot of those purchases, up to just about $90 billion for the country.
The day could set a Cyber Monday record following a $9.8 billion spending record set on Black Friday. Adobe's numbers are not adjusted for inflation, but as credit card debt reaches an all-time high, a growing number of Americans are delaying the payment of expensive purchases.
We were seeing a 17% lift on buy now, pay later compared to last year. And that's simply because shoppers are looking for ways to save and make the most of their dollar.
That bodes well for retailers, but could bring big belt tightening in the new year. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
All right, Jacob Montesano's on the patio. What are we sitting at this morning? What's the current temperature out there?
Right now we're around 20 degrees, but there are portions of the area in the teens, and 24 hours from now, it's going to be even colder. And I also want to mention we are seeing some light snow right now out here. And across our area, we may continue to see some flurries during the morning, but nothing is going to stick. But we did have some sticking snow yesterday with up to 2.5 inches for some areas. 2.2 was the specific total for Madison, but many locations saw their first 1 inch of snowfall for the first time this season. So as we look at the three things we need to know moving forward, it's going to be cold, but it's also going to be fairly dry for the rest of the week. But we are going to see the temperatures begin to warm up a bit by the time we get to Wednesday. Now, looking at the forecast for today, highs will be in the 20s, partly sunny skies, so there may be some sunshine at points. But as we go into the overnight hours later today, it is going to be very cold. Low temperatures will be around 10. Some areas may drop into the single digits, and because it's going to be a bit breezy, wind chill values will likely drop below 0. So even during the afternoon, the breezy conditions will keep the wind chills in the single digits. But later tonight into tomorrow morning, wind chills will approach -10 for a few locations. So it is going to be very cold. Definitely give your car a little extra time to warm up in the morning. And as we go into the afternoon Tuesday, still going to be cold, but then by the time we get to Wednesday, it will be a lot better. So looking at the forecast for tomorrow, high temperatures will be very similar, maybe a few more clouds compared to today, but once again, highs will be in the 20s. Highs will then be in the 30s for Wednesday. 30s and lower 40s will then continue for the rest of the week into the weekend and next week. We also have several small chances of rain and snow, but each individual chance does appear to be pretty light. Thursday night into Friday, there'll be a chance of precipitation. Then again, Saturday night into Sunday with another chance of precipitation for that Monday.
The NCAA volleyball tournament bracket was revealed last night, and for the 6th time in program history, Wisconsin earned a 1 seed, and the Badgers are the number 3 overall seed in the tournament. They'll host the first 2 rounds of play. It starts with Jackson State on Thursday, and assuming they win that one, they'll get the winner of Miami and Northern Iowa on Friday at the Fieldhouse, where the Badgers, well, they're 55-2 in their last 57 games. Bucks hosting the Raptors. Milwaukee trailed by as much as 26 points in this one, but that's where things got freaky. Giannis kickstarting a comeback. Yams won home, and at this point, the Bucks had cut the deficit to just 13 points. And then in the final minute of the game, this game tied at 102, trying to stage the biggest comeback in the NBA this season. Bobby Portis no good. Giannis with the follow. Oh, Milwaukee takes the lead, and they come all the way back to win it. It's their second biggest comeback in the last 25 years. 108-102 is your final. In Aaron Rodgers' first 11 games of his NFL career, he threw for 2,599 yards while accounting for 21 touchdowns. Through Jordan Love's first 11 games, well, exactly the same. 2,599 yards and 21 touchdowns. In his last 4 games, Love has turned a corner. He's thrown for over 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns, while the Pack have suddenly won 3 of their last 4, catapulting them into the playoff picture. This last month has certainly looked different, but has it felt different for the green and gold?
Definitely feels different. I think it's just part of the process, though. We're just taking it week by week, focusing on what we can do throughout the week to get better, and we're going out there practicing really hard during the week, and then obviously you see the growth is starting to show.
I think it's night and day. And it's given us a lot of confidence to be a little bit more aggressive with some of the calls. When you're trusting your offensive line, when you're trusting your quarterback to facilitate and get the ball where it needs to go and throw on rhythm, that allows you to do that.
That's your morning sports fix. Have a marvelous Monday.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Still ahead, a staple of the holiday season officially launching.
How you can give back to your community. And coming up in our next half hour, how businesses are skimping on the quality of services while charging you the same price.
But first, as we head to break, a look at gas prices this morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Watch News 3 Now at 5 with Eric, Susan, and Gary. Weeknights.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Campbell's condensed soup, just 99 cents. Red Baron pizza, 3 for just $9. And 8-ounce Hy-Vee Choice Reserve New York strips, only $4.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday extended event going on now. Join us for more unbeatable Black Friday-like deals store-wide while supplies last. Like half off these printed and solid throws, $14.99 each. Over 55% off this digital slow cooker, now $29.99. $6 off 36-count Victor Allen's Holiday Brew Cups, $10.99. And load up on your favorite Blaine's chocolate candy, 3 for $9. Don't miss your last chance to save with extended Black Friday-like deals at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Volunteering offers more than benefits for those served. Volunteers reap health benefits from the time they give. RSVP of Dane County's Driver Services Program needs volunteers to provide rides to medical appointments and deliver meals to older adults in Dane County. Ideal candidates are of legal driving age, love to drive, and meet new people. Schedules are very flexible, and volunteer drivers will use their own vehicles and are reimbursed for mileage. To make a difference this holiday season, please contact RSVP of Dane County today.
At U.S. Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at U.S. Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Get everyday Perks prices at Hy-Vee. Bananas, H-Perks price, 39 cents a pound. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, H-Perks price, $1.99. And Hy-Vee butter, H-Perks price, $2.98. Sign up for Hy-Vee Perks today.
Hey, we always ask you to share your morning with us. Mark came in clutch with this beaut.
Very nice, Mark. I like the position there of the sun between the two trees. Very nice.
To me, it looks like the cover of a spooky book. Like this would be the cover art of a book.
The Headless Horseman of the Holidays.
Written by Mark Hahn.
I should get paid more.
Thanks for the pick, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right, Shane's here now with the trending story of the day.
All right, guys. Well, you know it's holiday season because the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign is officially back. At businesses all across our area, you'll see the famous red kettles and, of course, the bell ringers collecting donations. It's the 133rd campaign. It officially kicked off on Thanksgiving during one of the football games where the legend herself, Dolly Parton, kind of kicked off the campaign. She also donated $1 million.
Ooh.
How cool is that? The Salvation Army accepts donations via cash, checks, or digitally with things like Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal, and Venmo. So lots of ways to give back this holiday season.
They got to hold up a phone with that Venmo option because I would totally give. I just never have cash.
Yeah, here's something. Maybe you stop by the bank or the ATM like once. Get some money, you know, cash it out, get some change, keep it on yourself, and then, yeah, just.
Or you have the Venmo option, you know, like a lot of ways to do it, which I think is great.
Like hearing that sound of the coins clink at the bottom of the bucket.
I knew he was going to say that. A little jingle in his pocket.
He's old school, Chris Stanford.
Yes, don't call him old.
The familiar bell ring. I'm going to the grocery store later today. I'm looking forward to it.
You bring cash.
Absolutely.
For Chris.
Got it. I actually have some.
For me?
No.
Let's check it with Jacob. He's got some viewer photos of that snow from the weekend. Here.
Yeah, this one viewer photo from Linda from Columbus shows plenty of snow outside. Almost looks like we had more than 2 inches from this photo specifically. So thank you all for submitting your photos. You can continue submitting them through our weather app or through the email address on screen or through our website, channel3000.com. You guys have been awesome. Keep it coming.
Thanks, Jacob. More News 3 Now this morning right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
It's that time of year again, America. So let's light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology, space, and flexibility for any season. Get special offers on our adventure-ready SUVs or on our great selection of Ford trucks. And make the holidays bright with Ford. Now choose FlexBuy on Escape with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,000 FlexBuy and $1,000 low APR cash, only at your local Ford dealer.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Cyber Week, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $200 at Walmart, over $300 at LensCrafters, and over $200 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
This morning, more hostages are free from Hamas, and a 4-year-old American is among them.
Plus, breaking news overnight in the case of 3 Palestinian students who were shot in Vermont.
And temperatures are the coldest they've been since last winter. I'll talk about how cold they will get coming up.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us after your nice long weekend. We hope you enjoyed some time with family. You're waking up to winter, though.
Yeah, a beautiful shot of the Capitol to get things started on this work week. Jacob, temperatures in the 20s, teens for some folks.
Kind of a huge snapback to reality with the temperatures, and Thanksgiving break is now over. But hey, Christmas is right around the corner, and warmer temperatures are around the corner. I'll talk about that later, but first, here's a look at the current conditions. 21 is the current temperature in Madison. Winds west at 9 miles per hour. Very nice sunrise at this moment, but there is plenty of cloud cover. But just on the horizon, looks like there is a line of clear skies. Looking at the temperatures across our region, parts of the area in the teens, but there is some wind out there, especially to the southwest of Madison, and that's causing the wind chills to be in the single digits for some locations. How about further north in Watoma? Wind chill is at -1 at this hour. This time tomorrow morning, though, many parts of our area will likely see the wind chills below 0. Looking at the current radar, there is some flurries out there, but anything that is falling is very light, and we're not expected to see any accumulation. But don't be surprised if you see some flurries during your morning commute. Looking at the forecast throughout the day, we'll see high temperatures only in the middle to lower 20s, but we are going to see partly sunny skies by the afternoon hours, so some sunshine is possible. And looking at the forecast later tonight, this is when the coldest weather will hit with low temperatures in the single digits. I'll have more details on the cold weather still to come.
All right. Thank you very much, Jacob. We appreciate it. Hey, it's a good week to download the First Warn Weather app with those dropping temperatures. Couple chances for snow. Just search for WISC Weather in your app store.
We're covering some breaking news from overnight. A suspect is now under arrest in connection with the shooting of 3 Palestinian college students in Vermont.
Shane Hogan is here with what we know so far. Disturbing story here, Shane.
Yeah, Leah. 48-year-old Jason Eaton was arrested Sunday afternoon near the scene of the attack in Burlington, Vermont. The shooting of the 3 20-year-olds is now being investigated as a hate crime. Investigators say the suspect, an armed white man, confronted the 3 20-year-olds without speaking and shot at them at least 4 times. One of the men was seriously injured. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Vermont says it's investigating to determine if a federal crime was committed. Family members are now left wondering if the men were targeted because of their nationality.
The truth of the matter is these are 3 Arab-looking young men wearing keffiyehs, which are sort of traditional Palestinian scarves, speaking Arabic, walking down the street, and we shudder at the thought that this might be a hate crime.
The FBI is now also investigating this shooting. The suspect is expected to be arraigned in court later today, and as far as the victims go, all 3 were still being treated at a hospital as of yesterday, guys.
Shane Hogan with that breaking news update. Thank you, Shane. Meanwhile, we're in the 4th and final day of an agreed-upon temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in exchange for the release of hostages and prisoners. That's unless both sides can agree to extend that pause. Naomi Ruckham has more from New York.
Tearful embraces as hostages freed by Hamas reunited with family members in Israel over the weekend. Sunday, the terror group handed over a 3rd round of hostages, this time as many as 17. Among them was 4-year-old American citizen Abigail Moore-Edan, whose parents were killed during the October 7th attacks.
She has family, and we're taking care of her, so don't worry about it. And it's very important to let her be now with the family.
In a video message message, the young girl's aunt thanked everyone for their support and asked for privacy. The White House says President Biden spoke with Abigail's family by phone yesterday after her release.
We will not stop working until every hostage is returned to their loved ones.
The president also had a call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He says he told Biden that he would welcome an extension of the temporary ceasefire in exchange for the release of an additional 10 Israeli hostages per day. Netanyahu also says his country's fight against Hamas will restart in full force once the pause is over. Cheers erupted in the West Bank for another group of 39 Palestinians who were freed from Israeli prisons yesterday. More humanitarian aid trucks are also moving into Gaza as part of the deal, though local residents say it is not enough. The United Nations warns the region could be on the brink of famine. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Now, all of this comes as U.S. Navy ships continue to take fire in the area. 2 missiles were shot down by the ships in recent days.
A man wanted in connection with the 2020 murder of a pregnant Reedsburg woman is now in police custody. Jose Eduardo Dominguez Garcia has been on the run for years. Officers spotted him driving what they say was a stolen car in Missouri over the weekend. Dominguez Garcia was wanted for crimes in Chippewa County, including charges of first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree intentional homicide of an unborn child, and hiding a corpse. The charges come after the death of 25-year-old Rosalie Cindy Chavarria Rodriguez. Her body was found stuffed in a suitcase in the town of Wheaton in Chippewa County. It is unclear this morning why Dominguez Garcia traveled to Missouri or how long he'd been there, but police are still investigating.
Madison police say a woman is facing half a dozen charges for threatening a hotel attendant with a knife and a rock. It happened on Madison's east side at the Red Roof Inn, just off of Hayes Road here, around 1 a.m. on Saturday. A 31-year-old woman reportedly got into an argument with a man staying there before going into the lobby. Officers say that's when she threatened the hotel attendant. She's now in the Dane County Jail on 6 different charges.
Continuing coverage now on the possibility that Madison's naked bike ride could change. Tomorrow, a bill that could change who can attend the ride will be seen in front of a committee on mental health, substance abuse prevention, and children and families. This comes after Republicans at the Capitol were unable to get legal action based around current indecent exposure laws. So they created a new bill which would make it illegal for minors to attend an event where adults are intentionally exposing their genitals. After this session, the bill is expected to be taken up by the Assembly as soon as next year.
Happening today, the city of Fitchburg is giving its residents the chance to learn about a new project before it gets off the ground. A public information meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. today about the new police services facility. It's set for construction in the suburb. The team behind the building plans to talk about the specifics of the project and a timeline. Construction is still about a year out. And groundbreaking is happening today for a project in Madison, a decade in the making, the city's public market. To celebrate, Madison is hosting an official ceremony along with the Madison Public Market Foundation. The city's mayor and others will be there. They plan to share more information about the project after they break ground. Original plans for this project go back to 2013. The final push, though, came in just the past few weeks. That's when the Dane County Board approved more than $1 million in funding for the space, pushing it over the goal to start building.
The Milwaukee Bucks are riding high this morning after a huge comeback win last night against the Raptors. Milwaukee trailed by as many as 26 points. Giannis, though, is going to kickstart the comeback here. He slams one home. At this point, the Bucks cut the deficit to just 13. Final minute of the game, trying to stage the biggest comeback in the NBA this season. Game tied at 102. Bobby Portis. He's going to put one up, miss, but then Giannis is there with the follow. Milwaukee takes the lead. They're going to come all the way back to win it. Their second biggest comeback in the last 25 years. The final last night, 108-102.
More local news now. With all the snow in Madison, it's really starting to feel like the holidays. And the Henry Vilas Zoo is helping you get into the mood with its annual zoo lights. This past weekend marks the first of many the light show will be up. This year features some new displays, including a light maze where people can get lost in a wash of color. Part of the proceeds for every ticket will go toward the zoo's conservation efforts.
Joy as a kid runs out from seeing Santa, or from coming out of the light maze, or from listening to a lion roar. It's the type of magic that, yeah, you can see lights as you drive through your neighborhood, but why not see lights and support conservation?
The zoo changed admissions this year to timed tickets where you can reserve a time. You can head over to henryvilaszoo.com to do so.
Looks even better in the snow, doesn't it?
Will you take the family?
Yeah, we should head down there. We always go to the Olin Park lights.
That's on my list too.
Yeah, we should go check out the zoo lights too. It looks the snow makes all the difference.
I
Like once
agree.
the snow falls, then it's like okay,
The holidays are here.
Looks even more festive.
Couple options for you and your family. 6:39 coming up after the break. A new kind of inflation is hitting people's wallets. We'll tell you how to spot it.
And temperatures later tonight will be even colder than what they are right now. We'll have the details coming up after the break.
It's the 4-day Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or get up to $200 off our Denver Mattress brand lineup, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The 4-day Black Friday super sale, only at Denver Mattress.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get the chicken garlic pizza for just $11.99 at papamurphys.com.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son. The fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in, they don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
The best advice I ever got was to invest with Vanguard for my retirement. The second best, stay healthy enough to enjoy it. So I started preparing, physically and financially. Then you came along and made every mile worth it.
Hi, Mom.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor. You're an owner, helping you prepare for today's longer retirement. That's the value of ownership.
It's the 4-day Black Friday super sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or get up to $200 off our Denver Mattress brand lineup, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The 4-day Black Friday super sale, only at Denver Mattress.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. Get ready for an improved news experience. The all-new Channel 3000 News app is here. Experience a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back. Time is 6:42. Consumer advocates are warning shoppers they may be getting shortchanged on some popular products at the grocery store. Michael George explains the hidden trend of skimpflation and how you can spot it.
Have you ever had a favorite product you've been buying for years that suddenly seemed a little worse?
I have with toilet paper. It used to flush more easily, it used to not clog anything, and now it's clogging very frequently.
The reason may be something consumer advocates call skimpflation. Consumer World's Edgar Dworsky explains.
Skimpflation, very simply, is when a manufacturer reformulates a product with cheaper ingredients. He may actually literally water it down.
Skimpflation is a side effect of inflation. As some companies pay more for ingredients, they cut back but charge you the same price. Last year, Smart Balance Spread changed its formula from 64% vegetable oil to 39%. They said to make it easier to spread. When customers complained, they changed the formula back. Skimpflation can show up at the grocery store, in cleaning products, and even over-the-counter medications. And too often, consumers don't even notice it's happening.
The trouble is, it's very hard to detect. If a manufacturer of beef stew, let's say, used to put 4 ounces of beef in the package, and now all of a sudden it has 3 ounces, you're not going to see that on the label.
It's disappointing to know that you're getting the short end of the stick as the consumer, paying the same amount for, inferior quality products.
Dworsky says to spot skimpflation, you'll need to be a savvy shopper.
If your dishwasher detergent doesn't clean as well, if your stew doesn't taste as good as it used to, if your paper towels are thinner than they were, you're getting less for your money.
Pay close attention and you can avoid getting shortchanged at the grocery store. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
So while products often list the ingredients on the packaging, they don't include the quantities of each ingredient. That makes the trend even more difficult to spot.
Also on the Health Watch this morning, the drug overdose crisis affects everyone in the U.S., but a new study suggests that it's spreading among pregnant and postpartum women. From 2018 to 2021, the number of deaths tripled in the 35 to 44 age group. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health say the study suggests pregnant women may be avoiding substance abuse treatment because of stigma or fear of being penalized.
All right, 6:45. Jacob's in with your weather this morning. He's out on the patio. Warming up at all out there, Jacob?
Not really. It's still very cold, and we are still seeing some very light flurries. I do want to say, though, it is starting to brighten up just ever so slightly, but still rather dark. Now, looking at the current radar, as I mentioned, we are seeing some very light flurries, and that may continue during the morning, but we're not going to see any accumulation. But we did see some accumulating snow yesterday. 2.2 inches of snow in Madison. Much of our area saw somewhere between 1 inch and 3 inches. So many locations saw their first 1 inch of snowfall this season. Here are the 3 things you need to know going forward. We're going to be very cold the next 2 days. Wind chills could possibly even be below 0, but we are going to be warmer by Wednesday, and we're also not going to see a lot of precipitation for the rest of the week. So conditions for today, highs will be in the 20s, partly sunny skies, a little bit more sunshine than yesterday, but temperatures will be a bit colder. Now, lows tonight are going to be even colder than what we're seeing right now, with lows around 10. In some areas, you may see those low temperatures in the single digits, and it's also going to be a bit breezy, so we may even see wind chill values below 0. Here's a look at the wind chill forecast for Tuesday morning. Some areas may see the wind chill values approaching -10, so it is going to be very cold tomorrow morning, and it's very cold right now. It's going to be even colder. As we look at Tuesday afternoon, still going to see wind chill values in the teens, but then by Wednesday, it is going to be a lot improved with the wind chill values in the 30s, and the actual temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Now, forecasting for tomorrow, we'll see cloudy skies. Highs will be in the 20s, but then we're going to see those 30s by Wednesday, and then possibly lower 40s for Thursday. And really for the rest of the week into the weekend and next week, we'll see highs in the upper 30s to lower 40s with a few chances of precipitation, and some of the precipitation may be rain and snow rather than just snow. Thursday night into Friday, there's a chance of precipitation, and then Saturday night into Sunday, and then again next Monday.
Okay, so Jacob, you're thinking the best chance for snow is that Thursday into Friday, is that right?
I would say that's the best chance for accumulating snow, and I only say that because although the system looks to stay to the south of us, it does look like the system itself could produce quite a bit of moisture. So if it does creep up north, it could produce some accumulating snow, but my guess is it will stay to the south. And then for the weekend, the system looks to come in from the northwest, which are known as Alberta Clipper systems, which in general produce at most like 3 inches, but even this one does look to be pretty weak, so I would expect no accumulating snowfall.
We know you'll keep tracking it. Thanks, Jacob.
It is 6:48 on your Monday. Coming up in the morning sprint, video of a rollover crash on one of Madison's busiest streets overnight.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, we'd love to help him celebrate. Send us a picture. We'll show it on TV.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
SSM Health and News 3 Now would like to invite you and your family to make a colorful connection this giving season. Go to channel3000.com to download a Time for Kids coloring sheet or find it in November's Madison magazine. Add color and a kind message, then mail it to SSM Health. They'll share with a hospital patient who can't be home for the holidays. And you might even see it on News 3 Now. Take time for kids and spread joy to others by making a colorful connection.
Embrace the season of giving at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless home office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat, or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Save big money at Menards. Masterforce has all the tools and accessories you need for your next project. This 800-amp lithium-ion jump starter is ideal for vehicles up to 8 cylinders, providing quick and easy jump starting in emergencies. It has longer life and more charge cycles than a traditional jump starter, and its compact size works great as a portable power bank for your electronic devices. Save big money and pick one up today for $69.99.
Hi, I'm Gary Canolti, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me March 23rd through April 1st as we become immersed in Hawaiian culture and take in breathtaking views of Oahu, Kauai, and Maui. Enjoy a balance of scheduled must-see attractions and free time to relax in paradise. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save. On top of our lower than low prices, enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Time is running out. Shopko Optical can help maximize your vision benefits and FSA dollars before they expire. Get a comprehensive eye exam and discover your new style. Call Shopko Optical or visit shopko.com to schedule your exam.
Watch News 3 Now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach, weeknights.
6:51, time for the morning sprint. We're going to start with some breaking news. Just before 5 o'clock this morning, Madison police say they are investigating an incident of shots fired that nearly hit a person and a small child last night. Officers responded to Troy Drive on the northeast side by Warner Park. Officers got there and talked to someone after finding a bullet hole in their residence. They found that a bullet had gone through a bedroom wall and got stuck in a mattress where an adult and a small child were sleeping. No suspects are in custody right now.
New information overnight. There's a suspect under arrest in the shooting of 3 Palestinian students in Vermont. Police are investigating whether the case is a hate crime. The 3 students were just walking when a man appeared with a handgun and shot them without saying anything. 2 of the students are in good condition. The 3rd is facing much more serious injuries.
The first American hostage has been released by Hamas. 4-year-old Abigail Eden was among the 17 hostages released yesterday. President Biden praised the move in a news conference over the weekend while still acknowledging the trauma that the girl had to go through. She's currently in a hospital near Tel Aviv receiving treatment.
Meanwhile, the 4th and final day of the temporary ceasefire is today. But there are talks between multiple nations about possibly extending it. The current deal has a stipulation that for every 10 Israeli hostages released, the pause will continue for another day.
One person's recovering after a 2-car crash on John Nolan Drive. It happened right around 9 o'clock last night at Lakeside Street near Olin Park. One car turned in front of the other, police say. The 2 crashed, one rolled. The injured person suffered non-life-threatening injuries and received a traffic violation citation. Police briefly shut down the area while they investigated. It's back open and running smoothly this morning.
Madison police say a woman is facing charges for threatening a hotel attendant with a knife and a rock. It happened over the weekend at the Red Roof Inn just off of Hayes Road. A woman and a man got into an argument. The woman then threatened the attendant in the lobby. Police arrested her on half a dozen potential charges.
A man accused of a 2020 murder up in Chippewa County is now in custody. He's accused of murdering Rosalie Cindy Chavaria Rodriguez and her unborn child. He has been on the run for about 3 years. This is Jose Eduardo Dominguez Garcia. He was found driving a stolen car in Missouri. He's the prime suspect in that murder case. He's charged with multiple homicide charges, including the death of the unborn baby.
A bill that would make it illegal for kids to attend events like the Naked Bike Ride is continuing through the legislature. It's in response to Madison's latest bike ride, during which a 10-year-old allegedly attended. It's receiving an executive session today, the next step toward becoming a law. If it passes, it would make it illegal for minors to attend events like the Naked Bike Ride.
The city of Fitchburg's hosting a public meeting tonight to hear about a new building. It's at 7 o'clock at City Hall. It's for the new police services facility. The goal of the meeting is to inform the public about what that building will be used for and how long it will take to build.
Today is Cyber Monday, and experts say it could be the biggest shopping day of the year. Clothing and electronics will likely drive purchases. $90 billion are expected to come in from sales across the country. Could set a record.
Hey, the zoo lights are on. A gorgeous weekend for it to start up with all the snow. This year, the zoo's offering up something new, a light maze. Part of the proceeds from each ticket goes towards the zoo's conservation efforts. You can book your tickets by going to henryvillazoo.gov. Former First Lady Rosalynn Carter's motorcade will begin its final journeys this morning. It'll travel from her hometown in Plains, Georgia to Atlanta. There, members of the public can pay their respects. A tribute service will be held tomorrow where the president and vice president will attend. A private funeral for family and friends will take place Wednesday morning.
The Madison Public Market is finally breaking ground on its new building today. The City of Madison hosting the event along with the Madison Public Market Foundation. It's taken a lot to get to this point. Plans were originally put in place back in 2013. The project finally got off the ground with a final funding push from the Dane County Board last month.
And here's one final check with your forecast for your Monday. We are going to see partly sunny skies during the afternoon with high temperatures only in the middle to lower 20s. Looking at the 10-day forecast, it's going to remain cold for tomorrow. Tonight into tomorrow morning especially will be cold with lows in the single digits for some, but it is going to warm up starting Wednesday, and that warmer temperature, I would say, when I say warmer compared to the next 2 days, warmer for the rest of the week with highs in the upper 30s and lower 40s. We also have a few chances of precipitation Thursday night into Friday, and then again as we head into the weekend, Saturday night into Sunday, and then again on Monday. We'll have more details on that precipitation chance as it gets closer.
Jacob, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
We'll have another news and weather update in 30 minutes. See you then.